ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Joey Shaw and Shades Show. This is your host, Shades, and of course, the pretty boy, Shaw, on your screen wearing orange with the beard. Look at him.
Going orange.
Look at him. But anyways, today we're going to talk about the stock market. We're going to go over crypto and what we think could come next for September. We know August was going to be weak. We knew it was going to be red. It's exactly what happened. I mean, we still got 2 more days of August, but those aren't trading days. So overall, Bitcoin closed on a red month. Stock market kind of just stagnated, went nowhere. So what do you think, Joey Shaw? What are you thinking? What's going on?
You nailed it. I mean, we knew it was going to be a red week. I mean, it's August and into September. They're historically the worst months. There's a lot of data that comes out. There's like a little recess for the government, so not a lot of people really doing much. Institutions are taking vacations and things like that. So it's chop and a big earnings season. So everybody's just scared for the numbers. Like, we focus a little bit too much on the short-term data, so that's why it's choppy and red. And yeah, I expect that for the next couple weeks. We're gonna have some good days, and then we're gonna have some bad days.
Yeah, I was telling Jeff, I was telling Trucker Jeff, I'm like, you know, this is expected for August, and the main reason it happens every August is because everyone expects it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because everyone knows, it's a red month. It kind of tends to be weak, so people don't jump in. The stock market just kind of goes nowhere, or it goes down. And if you look at Bitcoin, it's finally coming down to the purple line, to 200 WMA. Nvidia has been going sideways, finally breaking down. We'll see if it goes lower, but overall, we've had a lot of stocks that have good earnings and they still drop anyways, which to me is nothing more than opportunity. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Buying opportunity when a stock crushes their earnings, gets good guidance, and then the price goes down. And that's just a classic of people don't understand what they're buying. It's undervalued and a buying opportunity all day, because earnings is what makes the company the company. So, and the guidance tells you what they're going to do. So if that's all good and it drops, people are just taking profits or being stupid.
Yeah, what did you think of Nvidia earnings? Is the one that we had recently, and a lot of people thought we were going to go to the moon, but what happened is they beat on earnings, but we went down. And I heard it was because of the, people fearful of the competition with China, but I'm like, what does that matter? At the end of the day, China's always been the competitor, and they're always going to be competition, so what's the big deal? I mean, Nvidia's still selling chips like crazy. They're still doing great on the revenue side, so what's the problem? If it's an overreaction, cool. I mean, DeepSeek, when that happened, there were the fears again with China, and guess what? DeepSeek, that drop was nothing more than opportunity. So I'm thinking pretty much the same thing. Like, good earnings, it's dropping, buy the dip.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the same thing happened with strategy. My golly, if the stock dropped over $100 a share from its short-term high, it had crushed earnings, better earnings than they'd ever had. So, doesn't make any sense. And Bitcoin's holding up pretty well. I mean, except for today, it's coming back down. It might even crack 100,000, but someone like whales probably selling again. Doesn't make any. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. No, I was telling Trucker Jeff, I'm like, I expect it to come down to 100K. That would be a big retest of a big level we had to get over to get to even where we went to 120K plus. So I would expect a retest, and then we go higher. That's just kind of been the pattern with Bitcoin. I don't think there's anything to be concerned about, but you let me know what you think on the crypto side.
Yeah, definitely on the crypto side. 100K, like, people like round numbers too. So 100K, that's like a psychological level, not just necessarily a support, it's a psychological support. So it'll probably drop down to there, maybe 105. We don't know for sure. And then it'll start rising again, especially in September, whenever we start getting more reasons for crypto to be good again. And the only concern that we have is the numbers for the Fed to drop rates. And it's not even that huge of a concern, because, I mean, Powell's going to be done in May one way or the other. So we got 9 months of him left at best. We're good.
All right, so for the stock market side, I am looking at opportunities mainly in Nvidia for long-term hold, 5 to 10 years. I think that one, if you got plenty of life ahead of you, just buy Nvidia and hold it for like 20 years. I can agree with that sentiment. Because I was talking to Trucker Jeff, because me and Trucker Jeff, we talk every day. That guy does not stop messaging me. I don't know how he's driving. Like, I guess he's driving with one hand and like talking to me with the other. But he was telling me like, man, Nvidia, it just doesn't. It has so much strength in a bull market, right? When it dips, it doesn't dip that hard as everything else, and it just keeps going up. And I think with the AI revolution here, I think it's a long-term buy. It's not something you want to be flipping unless you're buying calls. We talked about that. We talked about buying leaps on Nvidia, and I think leaps would be a great idea. But I want to see. I was telling you, I'm like, I don't want to enter right now because what if it does break down? That would suck. I would rather get a good entry point, and I want to see buyers push this to new highs because that would mean we're going somewhere. Number one, and it's a continuation of the trend. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you entirely. I mean, Nvidia is not the biggest company in the entire world for no reason. I mean, it's over a $4 trillion company. It's surpassed Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft's been around for a very long time and it runs just about everything. So for Nvidia to take that, it's strong as hell. It's super strong, and I mean, they have the best chips in the world for sure, and they have the biggest name. So, but it is a little bit scary for that big of a company to have that much power, because when it does have a bad time, when semiconductors don't do well, which I don't really see a time when semiconductors aren't going to do well, but there might be a scare like with DeepSeek and crap like that. It can really affect the entire market because of one company, because it's just so big. So people have to take that into consideration, but volatility is still vitality. That means it's alive. So we're going to be more volatile, I think, going forward, just because, there's more money printing, there's more technology. I mean, that breeds uncertainty to some degree because people don't understand what's going to happen with tech. We don't know we've never been here before. So, but there's nothing to worry about, like you said. I mean, Nvidia is a powerhouse. Look at their balance sheet. They got billions and billions in cash flow every single day. They can do whatever they want. So, and chips are going to be needed for everything, and it's going to be even more. Like what we're talking on right now has chips in it. My cell phone over has a chip in it. So, and as AI grows with crypto and technology, chips are going to be even more necessary. So, Nvidia is not a bad thing. I like AMD as well. I think it actually has room to outperform Nvidia in a different sense, but they're both semiconductors and should do extremely well in the coming years.
I can agree with that. And what are your thoughts? I didn't ask you this. What are your thoughts on the government taking a stake in what was it, Intel?
Intel, yeah. I haven't done as much research as I'd like to on that. It was an interesting move to me, so I don't really know exactly how to feel about the entire thing. I mean, are they trying to control something? I don't know. Or are they just trying to make a sovereign wealth fund that we don't really have because we're the powerhouse nation? I don't know, but they see something in Intel, and if the government's getting into it, I mean, it's a good thing to look more into, for sure. But I don't know the exact premise behind the entire move.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it either, but it's something to take note of moving forward. Because I heard they're going to be making investments in other companies, so we'll see what happens with that. But just something to, to look out for. 3, 2, 1. All right, so I already forgot what I was going to say. Okay, 3, 2.
Oh shoot.
Okay, deep breath. 3, 2, 1, and okay. So I got my eyes on MSTR. MSTR, I think, is a dip buy opportunity here at the purple line. It's under it. I love Mora stocks, just literally sideways at that purple line. It just loves to do that. Comes to that purple line sideways, eventually makes a big move, whether it's back to 20 or down to 13. I think it's a buying opportunity regardless. Let's see, what else do I have? What are you thinking? Anything on your radar?
Oh man, I mean, MSTR, anything with Bitcoin is always on my radar, especially when it comes down to that purple line. I mean, that's just a huge buying opportunity, especially with your strategy and how you read technicals. Like, it's brilliant. And it's held up very, very well in this area, and it's had support back there for sure. And with Bitcoin coming down, everybody's got that small amount of fear, but I even checked the fear and greed indicators, and there's not a ton of fear out there. So for crypto to be coming, it's risk assets, but anything that comes down is a straight up buy. I mean, my goodness, look at that company. I mean, what they have done with their innovation for Bitcoin and financial products backed by it, and the amount of money they've raised. I mean, they literally were a $500 million company 5 years ago. When they switched to Bitcoin, they turned $500 million into $100 billion. That's insane. So, and people were still giving them crap that they don't know what they're doing and don't know what they're talking about. They don't know how to manage the company. Like, this is just people that don't understand business, that are just spitting out stuff and pulling their money out. So anytime that companies that are that innovative, that insanely good at running a business, and they're using the crypto, they're using AI, and they're using their technology all in the same thing. And with Mara, I mean, it's tied to Bitcoin too. So any of these dips with Bitcoin right now, even though Bitcoin dominance is dropping, that is good for altcoin season. So anything other than Bitcoin is going to do well, but Bitcoin has to do well for everything else to do well, especially now until crypto really gets its own legs. So anything tied to Bitcoin that's dropping, buy it. It's just a straight up buying opportunity, and Bitcoin's the most scarce asset in the entire world, and it's going to be the bridge into DeFi, which is going to be the best thing that's ever happened to the American people, if you ask me.
Yep. Another thing I want to mention is Jeff. He was telling me, like, hey man, this sucks. I have to wait another month. You're telling me I have to wait another month. I have to wait till the end of your rally to make money. Like, bro, I'm gonna be on vacation when it starts rallying. And then I was like, man, it's just how it is. I can't press a button to make it go up. Like, I just can't. And Sebluke, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, what should I do here? I went all in on Mara, and I mean, his average is at 18. He's like, should I just keep adding, a couple $100 worth every week? Because he works at a supermarket, so he doesn't have that, I think Trucker Jeff is the one that makes, like, he's the one who told me I make 100K plus. I didn't know truckers made that much. But
Truckers make good money.
Really? Damn. I thought I was lying. I hope he's not watching this. Trucker Jeff, anyways. Trucker Jeff was telling me, like, yeah, I can put in, like, a couple grand every month into, like, Mara. Like, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, you know what? Go for it. Why not?
Wonderful.
So, that's he has that advantage over Supermarket Boy.
Huge advantage. He has a huge advantage. I mean, he's got an age advantage, so he's more mature, and he has a financial advantage to be able to put more money into it. So, the only bad thing about him is he's a little later in life, so he's got to kind of catch up. So he doesn't need more risk. He just needs better right now plays for trading while he's building his long-term portfolio to do that. And a little advice when people are like, man, I have to wait this long? Are you freaking kidding me? Wait for what? What are you actually doing? Nothing. Who's doing the work? The companies, the CEO, the CFO, the people that are in the grime and the gook, the people that are shoveling crap out of whatever, the people that are making the production, like the people that are doing the finances. You don't have to pay the taxes. You don't have to do the books. You don't have to pay the bills. You don't have to do anything when you're an investor. It is literally the best kind of ownership of business that you can have. It pisses me off when people are like, I have to wait. You're not doing anything. You got to do a little bit of research, put a little bit of cash into somebody else's work, and you get the benefits, and you're pissed that you got to wait? Why? Like, explain that mindset to me. I just don't understand why people are like, I got to wait to make money while everybody else is doing the work. Like, come on, get over yourself.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, Jeff was telling me, like, hey man, it's never enough. If I had a 100K account right now, I would want 200K. If I had 200K, I would want 400K, and so on. He's always he just wants to get, like, he still kind of wants to get there fast. You know what I'm saying? But He's learning. He's learning. I told him, hey, keep patience, keep it up. Don't check the markets every day. Literally, I think he's an old man who just maybe he might have dementia or something. I keep repeating the same thing every day. Jeff is
too much time on it. He's sitting in that truck, by himself.
I'm gonna have to edit that out. Fuck.
You're killing me, man.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I'm definitely gonna check the comments because I know he's gonna leave something saying, "Hey, that was that's not me who said that. That he's just making that up." But no, Jeff just has to relax. What do you think of? All right. So, what is your personal price target for Bitcoin by end of year? Realistic. I mean, we can all say 200K, but I'm personally aiming for. I think.
Million. Realistic, 7 million by the end of the year. No, but seriously, calculations depends. Now, there's a few things, but my absolute base, well, actually, my bear case for the end of the year is 130. My base case is 150 to 175. My bull case 225 by end of year.
Damn. I think this guy's a little hot. I think he's smoking. Guys, he can't hear me right now, but he's definitely smoking weed. Look at it. Look at his face. Look at his eyes. He's definitely on that cocaine. Okay, no, I'm joking. But seriously though, 225. I disagree. End of year in the next 4 months, I don't think so. I think more realistically, based on the volatility, because Bitcoin's going to get more volatile as it surges in share price. So I would expect it. Personally, I think it's going to go to 150K, no problem. As soon as we break, what was the previous high? 125 or 122? As soon as it breaks that, we go to 130 quickly. And if we can break 130, it's 150. Like, I've seen this too many times. Where Palantir went to 30, pulled back, went to 40, finally hit 50, and then it ran away to, 120. So I think realistically, based on the patterns that the stock market likes to exhibit, I would say 150 for sure end of year. Bear case, I don't think there's a need for a bear case. I don't see how it doesn't hold above 100K.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that analysis entirely. And then you got the fundamentals there. So as long as, the Clarity Act is really what we're waiting on, especially in the crypto world. That's going to tell us everything. That's going to tell us absolutely everything. We're looking at that getting passed. We have a timeline between Thanksgiving and Christmas. We're going to get some updates along the way because it's got to go through the Senate and then back to the House. But once that gets done, you literally have hundreds of billions, possibly even trillions of dollars sitting on a sideline because it's like the Clarity Act. It's exactly what it says it is. It makes things more clear. It's like driving your car in deep, deep fog. Even though it's a road that you've traveled constantly, if you can't see anything, you don't know exactly where that bend's coming up. Or a deer could shoot out in front of you, or a kid, or something like that. So you have to be way more cautious. With the Clarity Act, that gets that fog out of there. It's a bright, sunny day, and it tells you exactly what everything is, so you can have a more clear path of what you're investing into. So these institutions, they need that. They absolutely 100% need that because they're investing other people's money. Fiduciary responsibility, you can't just willy-nilly other people's money. There's too many regulations. There's too much stuff. So, and that's why crypto hasn't really even done anything yet. Still. Because they're waiting on that clarity. They're waiting on the fog to clear. Once that does, there's institutions that are basically just ready to press a button. So when that happens, boy, I think the next 6 months really tell the story. So the next 3 to 6 months are going to tell the story of how long and how big this bull run is going to be. I believe that if everything happens what I think is going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months, we got a clear field of a 3-year bull run.
I cannot disagree. We already had our bear market. 2022 was the last bear market. We had 2 years of green, so 2 green years. So yeah, I can agree with that. It's kind of a rinse and repeat, really, at this point with the V-shape recovery in COVID, and then we just had the most incredible bull run ever. But people get impatient. They want things to go up right now. They hate when things pull back. So I'm just gonna go down my watch list, and you tell me what you think of the stock, because we've been talking about a lot of crypto for the first 30 minutes, but not really talking about stocks. So
Let's talk
SoundHound,
about some stock. Absolutely.
SoundHound. So what do you think of SoundHound AI?
I love SoundHound. SoundHound is actually one of my core. I only have 6 stocks in my core portfolio, and SoundHound is one of them because I believe they're going to be the voice of AI. They crushed their earnings. They got good guidance, and they have partnerships everywhere that they need to be fundamentally sound. They started with car manufacturers and food joints. I mean, what do people need? Transportation, and they got to eat. So, wonderful, wonderful company.
Okay, your thoughts on Hood?
Oh my gosh, Robinhood. 4 years ago, hated it. Absolutely hated it because what they did, their reputation, whatnot. But they have drastically improved what they do with their business. They created their own token. They're running it off of Ethereum too. Ethereum. But their CEO is just creative. They're innovative, and they make money hand over fist. Their Robinhood Gold, their user rep. I mean, they're incredible. I believe that they are the next Charles Schwab.
All right, so Hood right now sitting at 104 with a high of 117. Any personal price target for Hood?
I like it under 100, but I'd like to see it come back into the 70s and 80s. I don't know if that's going to happen. If it gets anywhere near there, absolutely, but under 100 is good for me.
Okay, so you're not going to be greedy like Jeff. You want it at the exact $70 price line.
No, because when you do that, I mean, you're gonna miss out. Because I even had a brother, one of my brothers missed something by like 3 cents because his limit order didn't hit. I'm like, you didn't buy it because of 3 cents? Like, what the heck, man? And then it, like, over the next year and a half, it went up like 400%. So you kind of got to give that little bit of leeway, a couple dollar leeway.
All right, I'm gonna continue on to the next one. I'm just checking. Palantir stock pulled back pretty hard from 190, sitting at 156. The 50 EMA is acting as support. I'm actually kind of liking this one for. I actually kind of would prefer Palantir leaps on with it's so volatile. Like Palantir leaps, Palantir leaps. I'm gonna have to fucking edit that. All right, 3, 2, 1. I believe that Palantir leaps can print based on how volatile it is. It reached a high of 190, and then it dropped down to where it's at right now at 156. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Palantir is an incredible company. I called it 4 years ago. I still have it. I had a Discord for just a couple of friends, and I was talking about it $13 and $17. They have technology that basically nobody else does. Apparently there's some competition coming out, but you tell me who can compete with Palantir. Nobody. That it works. Now, they needed this pullback for sure because, you know, their PE ratio was getting a little absurd and whatnot, but it's tech and it's technology that nobody has. But I agree with you for sure on the leaps, and it didn't even dawn on me. I'm going to write that down too because it's volatile, and that's a pretty big pullback. This company can move and $20 pretty quick. So yeah, I agree with your analysis, and it's a wonderful company, wonderful CEO, great technology. It's gonna do very well. I mean, it's basically in the AI space. I don't know if they're getting into crypto though, but wonderful company.
All right, finally, what are your thoughts on your favorite ETHA or the other one that we talked about, ETHZ?
Dang it, you broke up again. I didn't hear.
Oh, I broke up again? Things. Okay, fuck, I have to edit again. All right, 3, 2, 1. What are your thoughts on Ethereum, ETHZ, and ETHA, the ETFs?
Okay. Yeah, Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum is absolutely wonderful. So, if you want to look at it from the crypto side, so I've been in crypto for a while, but I wasn't like a huge, in-depth crypto guy 5-10 years ago. I've been more of an in-depth crypto guy now, and I think that gives me an advantage because in the crypto world, Ethereum is looked at a little bit like a dinosaur. It's been around for 8 years. There's some things that do similar stuff that do it a little bit faster. So everybody's concentrated on the speed. Well, everything doesn't just work off of speed because, well, speed can crush you very quickly. Ethereum treasury companies are popping up left and right, like BMNR. They own 3.3% of the entire Ethereum network. They're looking for 5%. I think that Ethereum is basically going to be the crypto blockchain that is used by Wall Street and traditional finance, or the bridge to transition, because you can't just go straight from what we do now into crypto like tomorrow. People will be lost. Like, they don't want that much change. So Ethereum's a little bit slower, does smart contracts. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful token for traditional finance, and a lot of things run off of it. The only legislation that we have right now is Genius Act, which is stablecoins, and 50% of stablecoins run off of the Ethereum network. And stablecoins are right now about a $300-ish billion market. They're expected to be a couple trillion in just a few years. So that's growth. So Ethereum, I think, is an absolutely wonderful play. I think it's going to outperform way better than most people think, and Tom Lee loves it. He won't shut up about it. He just won't. I mean, he's a chairman of a company, but he's not. Tom doesn't show biased. He just shows data and what he does, and he's proven it for 10 years that he's the best one. As for ETHZilla, we talked a little bit about it in the Discord. You brought it to or somebody brought it to my attention, and it's a startup. It used to be a biotech company, which I'm glad they changed because biotech's garbage most of the time. It's a lottery ticket. It's very risky. It's very, very risky. I think I put a little bit more of an analysis inside the Discord. Trying to remember exactly what it was, but that's a super risky bet. You're turning into an Ethereum treasury company, but it won't put a lot of money into it.
It's a risky bet. If it works out, it'll pay off, but
absolutely, it'll blow sky high if it does pay off, and I think it'll get a sympathy run with Ethereum for sure. But that one is not a hold. That one is definitely not a hold right now because we don't know. There's not enough to back that up. So you can make some darn good percentages. So put smaller amounts of money into it, and if it runs, take your profits quickly. Double, triple, get out fast.
I can agree. I agree with that.
As for ETH, is that the other one you
yeah, Ether. Yep.
ETH is the spot ETF for Ethereum. So Ethereum does well. It's basically not one for one, but it moves in tangent with Ethereum. I think because of the inflows, and the inflows have been outpacing Bitcoin, a lot of people think that Ethereum can even flip Bitcoin's, well, not a lot of people. Tom Lee has a 50% chance that Ethereum flips Bitcoin's market cap. That's a bold statement. That's an extremely bold statement, and that's going to take some years to do it. With inflows, it could have a short-term flip, but I don't see that happening. But ETH, it's going to do well. I've got a piss load of leap options on it that have done very well so far. And my personal price targets for Ethereum, because of the inflows, because of clarity, because of Genius, because of stable coins, because of fundamentals, and because of the insane amount of treasury companies. Base case, Ethereum's going to 8-10K possibly before the year end. Within the next 12 to 24 months, if everything plays out the way that I think it's going to, we could see 20,000 ETH. Yeah, I'm completely okay saying that. Now, I don't want to get too overhyped or anything like that, so let's calm down. But it's going to be a volatile ride. We're gonna move up a lot, but we're going to come down a lot too. This is crypto, and it's new, and it's a risk asset. So be careful. But Ethereum long term, it's got a 5 or 10 year use case for sure in traditional finance, minimum.
And I take my chance. Risk is managed, I let it dance. If it breaks below, I cut it clean. No room for hope, I trade like a machine. Bear market blues, I'm stacking cheap. Great companies, I play for keeps. When fear takes hold, I press my bed.
stream. I eat the same thing pretty much every day, so I do the same stuff. I got my buddy's wife is going to come over and help me organize some things up, but it's not just like stock market, it's everything. So I have a plan for my life to where, that's stock stuff, but that's more like daily stuff and physical stuff. Like I keep my body up, but I'm getting more into like mobility and longevity because I don't want to wake up every morning feeling like shit.
Yeah, health is wealth.
I've been waking if and fuck. But now I'm into mobility exercises, and I tell you what, man, I feel incredible. So this really helps me keep my life, mentality, physical, mental, I already said mental, just financial, all of it. It keeps it together. It's just how I keep organized.
Yeah. I'm just looking at I'm just looking at the room. I'm like, your buddy's wife? Oh, okay. Sure, buddy. His buddy's wife, if anyone knows the meme.
I don't know that meme. I've never heard it.
What, the buddy's wife coming over?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do supplements. The only thing I do is eat. I eat pretty much sausage, French toast, and peanut butter. Eggs.
Of course you do. Yeah, of course you eat sausage.
You're a dick.
That was too easy. That was too easy.
It was too easy. They're patties, not lengths, so they look less like a dick.
Oh my god.
What do you want to do with life?
Oh man, I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, I'm making someone cry. Oh, sweet dopamine hit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So you're a narcissist. You're still laughing. That sounds like it's true. He's a narcissist, everybody. There it is. Confirmation.